What's going on, guys? Sports historian here, back at it again with another video about the 2022 postseason. Now, 3 weeks ago, I made my postseason predictions, and let's just say they were a bit off. So today, we're going to be going over my predictions and my World Series predictions as well. So if you want to support me and my channel, click down the like button down below, press subscribe to know when I post, and turn on the post notifications. And like and comment, telling me if you agree with me, or just want to simply give some support. I would like either one. It doesn't matter to me. So, starting off with the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Cleveland Guardians. I picked the Rays to win pretty easily, 2-0, and I was completely wrong. Yeah, I didn't believe in the Cleveland offense. I knew this series was not going to be offensive heavy. But I still, I knew it was going to be a good pitching series, and I was correct in that factor. The Rays only scored 1 run in 24 innings. That's really bad. That's god-awful. That's like the 2020 Reds, which is, who thought they were a freaking nightmare. Anyway, Rays, you really disappointed. He really didn't show up. So, yeah, Cleveland goes on to face the Yankees. And Toronto Blue Jays versus the Seattle Mariners. I had the Seattle Mariners winning 2-0, and I was correct. One of the only things I got correct this postseason. Toronto just didn't have it. First game, lost 4-0. And then they were up 8-1 in the second game, looking to force Game 3 Sunday night. And they proceeded to blow the lead. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. They lost 10-9. Vlad Jr. thought it was going to be a movie this year, and clearly was, but, in the other direction. So, Seattle goes to Houston. And Philadelphia versus St. Louis. I got this one wrong as well. I thought the St. Louis was going to win pretty easily. I didn't think the Phillies were going to be that great, but Philly shocked the world, man. They were down 2-0 in the ninth, and they scored 6. And, so Albert Pujols' career ended, and Philly goes on to face Atlanta. And now the San Diego Padres versus the New York Mets. Now, I thought the Mets were going to win this one pretty easily. I didn't really see the Padres having a chance, but they shocked the world and beat that New York team with that great offense and great pitching to come out on top, 2-1, when going to their big brother up north in LA. And now we have the division series, which is honestly one of the biggest upsets I've ever seen in the postseason. Starting off with the Guardians versus the Yankees, and no surprise, I went with the Rays and Yankees, and I said the Yankees were probably going to win no matter who they faced, and I was right, but it wasn't conclusive. So the Guardians put up a fight. They were up 2-1, and then Guardians fashion, rocking the baby, they choked. So nothing new from Cleveland. Yankees go to the ALCS. And now Seattle versus Houston, which hurts me because I was rooting for Seattle, especially after that 18-inning game in Game 3 in Seattle, which was a long-ass game where Jeremy Pena hit that home run to send Houston to the championship series. Houston just swept them pretty easily. And now you have the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. In the American League, you had, the usual suspects, but this year in the National League was very interesting. You had the Phillies versus the Braves, and I had the Braves winning no matter who they faced. They just didn't perform. Clear as day. Phillies were just the better team overall. Nick Castellanos and Bryce Harper are having really good postseasons and led them to the NLCS. And San Diego versus LA. I picked the Mets to even be there and win, and I was wrong. I would have been wrong if I picked the Dodgers either way, so it didn't really matter. Because the Dodgers lost in 4 games. They won Game 1, and they proceed to lose 3 straight to what they call their little brother down south. The Padres were big underdogs in this series. They were actually down 3-0 in Game 4, and they proceeded to rally in the 7th. That big hit by Jake Cronenworth, the Crone Zone, and led them to a 3-1 series defeat. Oh, that voice crack was bad. Anyway, you had the Astros and the Yankees and the Padres versus the Phillies in the championship round. Now, I didn't even have those teams in the National League, and let's be honest, no one thought that was going to happen. Either way, I probably would have gone with the Padres, but the Phillies shocked the world. yeah, the 6th seed making it to the World Series. Pretty impressive in my part, I gotta say. And now in the American League, not so surprising. Yankees versus Astros. I mean, the Yankees were looking dead to none. They were looking dookie, to put it lightly. I mean, they were having a tough series against the Guardians. I didn't really expect them to do much against Houston. So Houston won in sweep against the Yankees, which was, pretty, no issues at all, really. None at all. So now we have the World Series. The 118th installment of the World Series sets to kick off Friday night in Houston. Probable starters for Houston, probably Justin Verlander, probably the AL Cy Young. A little biased, White Sox. I kind of want Dylan Cease to win it. But if we're being honest here, as a salty White Sox fan, I'm going to have to go with Justin Verlander. And for the Phillies, I'm probably thinking they're going Aaron Nola since Zach Wheeler pitched in the clincher. So, what do I expect for this series? I expect a good matchup. Houston has been dominating this whole postseason. Been up 7. They're 7-0 in the postseason, which is only happened 3 times ever. The 2007 Rockies that beat the Phillies and the Diamondbacks to lose in the World Series eventually, and then you have the 2014 wild card Kansas City Royals who went 8-0, defeated the A's in the wild card round, defeated the Angels in the wild card round, and the Orioles in the ALCS. That time was different. And, they lost that World Series to the Giants. And this time around, Astros, they look unstoppable. Honestly, as much as I want to root for the Phillies here, I have to go with the Astros in 6 games. I just have to. Their offense is solid. It's not the best Astros thing, but their pitching is so good. It's so dominant that the fact that they held Seattle to only how many runs? 6 or 7, in the 2 games combined, which is impressive to say the least. As much as I want to root for the underdog Philly, it's tough to go against Houston right now. So, World Series 2022, Astros in 6. Hope they prove me wrong, though. And, and that concludes this video. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And, again, like and comment. Agree to disagree on my World Series predictions. And, and I hope to see you guys next time. Peace.